jokes. Like,
but like, what was something that happened?
I think
like,
I was
that's
mean.
what,
Well, one guy. First of all, he commented on my like tits being small, which like fine, like, but that wasn't something that like carried me into adulthood.
Yeah.
But one thing that actually did really affect me is he told me I had a mustache, and so for literally like 3 years following that, I had severe anxiety about like plucking every hair on my face and like getting a feminine razor. And I remember I went home in 8th grade, like the day after that happened, and I was like, Alita, like, do you have anything I could like buzz my face with and like all this shit? And she was like, who bullied you? Yeah. And I was like, no one said anything, Alita. Like, I just want to do it. And she was like getting mad at me because I wouldn't tell her who like said it.
Shit like that definitely happens too much. I mean, it's, for me though, like, so I had actually it was fucked up because it was Heather who I was like dating at the time, and so like I'll say names, I don't give a fuck.
What grade
it was like 6th or 7th grade, and like
I wasn't there.
and so like my eyebrows are obviously very thick, and so yeah, I fucking pluck my eyebrows and I get my eyebrows done. So fuck off, people.
Oh,
but
no, I
Heather,
shave this shit now.
But Heather at the time, and like, and I hope nothing but I wish nothing but the best for her. She's a good person, but like she at the time was just like kind of a sassy person, let's say, and would roast the fuck out of me, and like we were dating, and like she would just go in on me all the time, and like she would just tell me about how I had like the worst unibrow ever. I'm like, dude, I'm a 6th grader or a 7th grader, like I don't even like if I put deodorant on a day, like that was like a good step forward. Like I'm learning every day.
I still forget to put on deodorant.
It's like I'm trying to figure this shit out, like, and so that I was really nervous about that.
You know,
like
they
all
say
of high
if they're
school.
mean to you, they like you.
Which is bullshit because no boys had a crush on me. And like, I'm convinced of it. Like
every boy that's been mean to me wanted to be mean to me.
Well, I think that was like another thing. I'm
had a lot of
sure
boys
you went through this too because we have
very
similar personalities. But like when you're female, the quality of being like outgoing, eccentric, knowledgeable, really about anything, or just like not giving a fuck about what other people think about you. Those are admirable qualities once you hit 17. But before that, you are bullied for it, and you are
ostracized. Called a horse.
Dude.
Oh yeah, and I think like part of it is because like middle, and you can let me know about like the boys side of this, but I think like middle school boys are intimidated by the fact that you aren't intimidated by them. And so they try to bully your confidence down.
Definitely think that it's just. I think it's like just immature. Like instead of middle school, I would just change it to like immature boys and girls. I mean, and girls in some respects, but more so boys because I know.
I mean, I'm not innocent. I know I was mean when I was little.
Well, nobody's perfect. So like I don't hold grudges for that stuff, but it is like when it's. Like you were saying, like how it is like such a good trait now, right? And people admire it now. You get random. I don't know if you've ever had this, but like I've gotten random messages from people on like Instagram and stuff like that of people I haven't spoken to since high school. But I was like nice to them a couple of times, and they were just dicks to me or whatever. And they're like, dude, I really respect you doing like what you rapping and stuff, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, like. You were with the group of guys like making fun of me for wearing glasses, like fake glasses one day because I thought it was cool. Like it wasn't cool, but like
I remember you
I didn't need 20 people to fucking roast me, dude, for the rest of the year. Like I was like, so, and I don't hold it, like I'm not holding a grudge after once high school's over. It's like whatever.
Grudges.
What kind of what's grudge worthy? What's worth holding a grudge?
Being called a horse.
That's fair.
Like 2 years.
Yeah, I would hold a grudge.
But that was weird by the people that were doing that to you, and some of them I know, and some of them like I know like maybe a different side of them than like you might know. But
I've gotten some apologies.
But like some of them, like I just didn't. It was weird that they were like weirdly close to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys were all in the same group.
Yeah.
That's why it lasts. Yeah, like the kid who told me I had a mustache, like fuck him. Like I don't think about it. But like things that my friends have said to me are things that really like carry.
Or like people you like thought were your friends and like do shit like.
Granted, remember, like we didn't care what people thought, so like I continued it because I was like, yeah, I'm a horse, like whatever, I don't care, blah blah blah. So like, can't just put on them when I was acting like it was a joke too. Yeah. Then go home and cry.
I think it's weird how, like when you start off, or I guess like when you are very outgoing or whatever, and like you don't care about what people think. As a kid, that shows, and like you don't care, you have no insecurities, whatever, and then it's like bullied down at it's like a U-shaped curve. Then it's bullied down to
Is that
zero
a parabola?
confident. that yes, I think, but I mean, like, generally speaking.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, like, you're bullied down to 0 confidence and, like, 100% insecurities, and then it's a work in progress to get back to, like, your natural state of being a confident.
100%.
Because, like, you might not, like, volumetrically be as quiet, like, you're still very loud, but your insecurities are very prevalent. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes
sense. I actually, like, I'm not, like, even asking for, like, pity in any way, but I like what you just said is something that I've kind of been, like, going through very recently.
Yeah.
Like, people were really big dicks, and I shouldn't say everybody, because I had good friends in high school, but, like, I also had good friends that were not my friends the whole time, and, like, so, like, shit like that, and then once I found out, it was really hard for a little bit, and, like, you just do exactly what you guys are talking about. Like, you put on, it's not a front, but it's like, I don't give a fuck, and, like, you like, push it so hard that I feel like then people quit, they stop doing it, and then, like, you sit back and you're like, wait, do I actually have that? Did I?
Yeah.
Wow, like, did that fuck me up in some way?
Yeah.
And, like,
and it's almost like you overcompensate in some ways.
Right. Certain aspects for sure. It's weird. But with, like, and okay, so you were talking about middle school bullies, and I know there was a kid. I won't say his name because I'm sure he's hopefully not doing this sort of thing anymore. But do you remember Matt? Do you remember Matt? I don't want to say his last name because he's a nice kid, and he actually
in our grade.
Yeah. He supports the show.
Oh, Matt.
He's a really good guy. You know, he works at Ace. He works at Ace in town.
Yes, I know. Yes,
really great guy, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure he remembers this because I think that's why we still talk when I do see him. But there was this time where I'm not a very physically imposing guy, and I was even less so then. And this was in like 7th or 8th grade, and this other guy who was bigger than both of us was just picking on him, and he was not like a more like popular guy, I guess, because you do have popular kids in grade school. Yeah. He was like I think he was a dick, and no one talked to him really, and like, but no one like outwardly hated this guy either, and he was beating the shit out of Matt Boyd in the bathroom, like, I don't know why I just said his last name.
Physically?
No, he was flipping his glasses, because like I think he had like the bungee thing that day or something for like we were running a mile or something, and he was just pulling his glasses and like flicking him in the head,
Was this your 8th grade year?
7th grade, I think. 7th or 8th grade.
Because I kind of remember hearing about this.
And he was pushing him, and he was pushing him in the wall, and he was just messing with it. And I was taking a piss, and I was like, dude, like, stop. Like, what are you doing? And this is not me trying to sound like the greatest guy in the world, but I was literally like, just stop. And he was like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, it's Matt, whatever. And he's talking shit. And I'm like,
does the name start with a T?
No, it starts with a J. And it's not someone that I was friends with, so that helps narrow it down.
Oh, that totally does.
Because that was the one that told me I had a mustache.
Oh, that's fair.
Why.
That's fair. He was really like started pushing him harder and like doing, and I'm again not very strong, but all I did was then walk over to him and I just pushed him into the wall and just punched him a couple of times, like not hard, like chest shots. I was not gonna punch somebody in the face at school. I'm not an idiot. I'm not trying to get in trouble, right? So I punched him a couple of times, and he stops, and I never spoke to him ever again. But I've since then spoken to Matt, and like, I don't know. I think like more people need to do things similar to that. You don't have to beat somebody else's bully up, but like just like let that other person know that like, yo, like you're right for thinking that this guy is a dick. Like he is a dick, because like I think a lot of people like we think that like our bully, like or the people not necessarily a bully, but like the people that talk shit to us or you know are calling us a horse or whatever are in our friend group and literally talking shit about, like, you think that those people are right and that like you need to address things, and like I think that
and that's why didn't anybody say something,
and like other people could have, you know, and not that they need to, but it's really hard to like tell yourself like, yo, that person is wrong, not me.
It's crazy how much easier it is when you're older, though, because like
it
that
really
would be
is.
something so. I mean, physically, you probably would have like actually punched that guy in the face, like.
Well, he would have. Like, if it was now, he would have got hurt really bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
But like when you're in grade school, like even you confronting him in your head, you like probably question it a little bit because it takes maturity and like. Also empathy, like you have to understand like the shoes of another person, and
all the kids that were getting made fun of in grade school and in high school liked all the same things that I did that are now pop culture, and now all of my friends love anime and love all this stupid. I love those things and never spoke about them because of the kids that did and the way they got treated.
Yeah.
And so like that shit is mad annoying. Fuck everybody that loves Dragon Ball Z right now. including these guys behind the shit. Logan liked it. Tim and John thought it was lame.